Friends of Zeus podcast with Zeus and Mike and Tom too. With Desiree and Jack too. Here on the Friends of Zeus podcast.
Hello! Welcome back to the Friends of Zeus podcast. This is episode 247. We are freshly in the wake of our Iran episode with the lovely Lena, who was on last week. Tonight is going to be Desiree's uh, turn at the wheel. And what are we talking about, Desiree?
We're talking about the largest island in the world.
It's not Australia?
No. You would
No!
think it would be, aren't
it was
all
Australia.
land masses islands? You know,
Technically, yeah.
technically, yeah. So, I mean, Antarctica is an island. The U.S. did, and, Central South America is one island.
Basically.
So I don't know if it's like the biggest island in a sense, but as far
But
as
it's not
islands
a
go,
continent.
it's the biggest one.
Yeah.
It's really cold there. That's what they say. And like there's not much around except for snow.
Well, the old ironic thing was that Greenland is covered in ice and Iceland is covered in green.
I think Iceland has some ice, but yes, it was
Yeah.
the
They
old
did that
lie.
on purpose.
The lie you said. Old leafy boy.
Craig is right. That was a marketing ploy to get them to come to Iceland didn't want visitors and Greenland did. Isn't that right? Is that pretty close,
Yes.
Craig? Oh,
Well, I think actually no, I think that Leaf got shunned to Greenland and then like he lied about it so no one else would when he came back so no one else would go over there. I don't know. I don't know the story. I'm not a Viking, so
The rumor typically is they named Iceland because they didn't want anybody to go in there because it was relatively habitable, and they named Greenland because it was horribly uninhabitable.
and this is what
that's-
Greenland looks like.
yeah, and
Th-
so
that-
when Leaf went back to Iceland, he told everyone it was green, so they would all get the fuck off of Iceland, so he could be not
And-
having to
and
deal with
who
the
kno-
people.
And who knows if that's true or not. One other minor thing I might just say is technically the Mississippi River does make anybody east of the Mississippi River on their own island.
Huh?
Just a minor detail.
Can you give
Okay.
us the context of that detail?
Yeah, because the Mississippi River doesn't, I mean, it doesn't, north, it doesn't end, like it. There's
Oh,
not
a
is this-
cross
is this,
river.
Is this because it goes across the entirety of the United States? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, it goes to the Great Lakes. Yes, sir.
Yeah, but it doesn't go through Canada, which is a connected. I call poppycock.
There's enough of an argument, but it,
Who's to
it
say?
depends on how you define an island. Let me put it that way.
That's true.
Maybe an
that's true.
isthmus.
It's more of an isthmus.
Isthmus.
Good
It's a big
geography
flo-
there,
It's a big it's a big Florida.
Yes,
Well, just one big Florida.
Half the United States is just a big Florida, which means that we have to lower our IQ by like 10 points.
Can we all get some Florida weather too? If we're all Florida, can we share? That'd be cool.
Oh, Des, you don't even know.
Anyway,
It's not great here.
maybe we should share it with Greenland because they have no sun. Well, they have sun. They just don't have a lot of heat. They have no heat actually. So, Trump apparently wants this big chunk of ice.
And it
thinks-
feels
he
like
thinks
it's
it's good.
possibly going to happen, like legit. No?
Well, I don't know. I wasn't so sure when he was at Davos and he was like, I'm not gonna take it. Shut up.
Now they're using terms like Davos, and it's like much like the map behind me. It starts to feel like Game of Thrones. The Lord of Davos.
So, in the map behind you, there's the Greenland, and then all those other things around it, are those just icebergs?
Mm-hmm.
They're not their own islands.
No, those would be giant icebergs if they were that big.
Well, I don't know. I've never been there.
Well,
That's
this
not a real
is
map. That's like an AI, right?
Oh,
yeah,
okay, okay.
I was gonna say that this is part of the impressive part about AI is that um when I went into Zoom, I wanted to actually pull up like a map of Greenland and it was just too much of a hassle, but AI companion was like, "Do you want to build a background?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, give me a map of Greenland." We gave me a few, and this is one that I landed on. It's pretty cool, but it does look very Game of Thrones-ish.
Well, there's a couple things about Greenland, just fun facts. Number one, Greenland. So y'all know what a narwhal is?
Yeah.
Yes, it
Okay.
is the whale with the unicorn.
It's the unicorn of the sea. So that's my favorite animal, just in case anyone cared. It's a recent happening because I did not think that narwhals were real. I thought they were just a mythical creature, but
You
apparently they
thought they
are.
were created in the movie Elf.
I thought they were just like a cartoon. I don't know. But they're
And this
cool
is
with
why
their
I typically don't watch this podcast because it just hurts my brain.
Shut up. You hurt
She's
my
going to
brain.
tell us what this has to do with Greenland.
Yes. So anyway, narwhals like live in Greenland and they mate in Greenland. So that's the only
Oh,
cool part
really?
thing about it. Yeah.
What do you mean they live in Greenland?
Well, they live in the water around
Around.
Greenland.
Around Greenland. Okay.
Yeah. And then there's like some like straight thing. There's like thoroughfare at the end of
Okay.
it that that's their like little mating area. The only place in the world.
Wow.
Fun fact. Anyway,
That-
I'm sure
you
Trump
have
doesn't want it for the narwhals.
That's your favorite animal, and that's the only narwhal fact you have. Kind of sad, Des.
I have more
Kinda
narwhal
sad.
facts, but apparently we don't care about narwhal facts.
I want to
So,
know about narwhals.
their horn is a tooth
Really?
that grows up the top of their head. Yeah.
That's kind of fucked up.
That's weird. Anyway, so I'm sure that Trump doesn't want it because they have narwhals though. So
But narwhals could be like our underwater weapons.
they
Yeah.
could be. I don't know if you can train them to fight.
I don't
Probably
know,
not.
man. A lot of tourists like go to Alaska and stuff and go to other places for the whale watch. They go out on the boat. We're gonna go see the
I'd
whales.
way rather go see a narwhal.
I mean,
Yeah,
so
me
there's
too.
right. So Trump's got to look at it from the tourism angle. He's playing 4D chess now. He's picturing the big hotel and the big whale watch boats.
Trump Tower and the narwhal tour.
That
could-
would be a
I mean,
thing.
how can you not do it? If you're going there, there's
What I'm
going to be a
saying,
narwhal
there's probably
watch.
northern lights. There's probably an igloo.
Humpbacks are so 1980s.
Yeah, they're passe. Who wants to go there?
Hashtag narwhals. Yes, that should be it. That should be the reason that we need Greenland, but that's not the reason that everyone
Narwhals
wants
very
Greenland.
well might save the world.
They might save the. They might.
I'm
Anyway,
going deep with like
You-
the
you-
rat.
you know,
not,
I-
what is
I-
it?
I-
Star Trek
I-
3?
No, that Star Trek Save the Whales.
Yeah. Yeah. But save the
that's,
narwhals.
That's
Wasn't that-
4.
That was
That's
4.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
3 was
the
Search
search
for Spock.
for Spock.
Yeah,
I-
3 was
Search
Search
for
for
Spock
Spock. What was 4 called? Voyage Home?
Voyage
Yes.
Home. That's the one with the whales. Yeah.
That's the one with the whale.
So you know, the narwhal. I understand it's somewhat humorous, but when you look at, for example, the Empire State Building, let me just ask you this: if you were to guess, how much money a year does the Empire State Building generate in just ticket sales to their observation deck?
I think that would be a metric buttload.
well, how much is the tickets? $10?
I
15
I don't
bucks?
know.
Fuck that. In New York, $10, a $10
Yeah,
ticket.
no way. It's got to be more than
You
that.
can get
You know what's
25
sad?
bucks.
You can buy a slice of pizza for $10 in New York.
You know what's sad is I walk by it almost all, like every time I go into the city, and I've never gone in there and tried to go to the top of the Empire State Building.
I
It's
have
never
gone to the
happened.
top of the Empire State Building, and really, I mean, I don't know how much the tickets
Underwhelming?
were, but no, the elevator was the funnest part.
You know, honestly, Going up to the top of the uh Eiffel Tower exhibit at King's Dominion was far more exciting than when I went up to the top of the Empire State. But or even better, actually, the Sears Tower in Chicago. That's
Seriously,
some cool
I've
shit.
done that. The Willis Tower. That's a fun trip. I've done that.
That's a dude. Well, they've got the glass floor thing. That's kind of cool.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
yeah,
got the
Yeah.
glass four on the Empire
yeah.
State. They got the glass four in the actual Eiffel Tower. They got the
You know
glass four
what?
in all those high ass buildings.
Space
Like
Needle, whatever that is.
bucket list for me thing is, I guess it's either in Arizona or over the Grand Canyon, but they've got like this
Yeah.
glass deck that you can go out on, and it's like
Yeah, I've done
fucking
that
like
too.
it's like a fucking 1,000 feet out. It goes way far up. That seems cool.
Yeah, well,
It also
um,
seems terrifying.
it is a little surreal because you're just like if you look down, you know you're on it, but then you kind of start doing something else, and then you look down, and it will freak you out for a second to be on those observation decks. Anyway, we're talking about narwhals or Greenland, whatever.
Yes.
Greenland.
Let's talk about
No,
Greenland. So
one
give us
second.
this.
Back to the narwhals.
No, back to the narwhals and back to my original question. The Empire State Building has two sources of revenue. One is leases, the other is annual ticket sales.
Hmm.
So if you were able to sell ticket sales of a narwhal, I'm just saying the Empire State Building makes $130 million a year.
Narwhals would make way more.
Yes, but their lease revenue is only 100 million. They make 30% more off of tourism.
Wow.
Huh.
Did not know that. Well,
I
imagine a majestic Trump Tower with the tallest, the biggest, the hugest building in Greenland, right over
110%
the
more than
water.
every other one.
Baffin Island, that's where they are.
We have the best narwhals. They tell me
We have the only narwhals.
we have the only narwhals. They're the best. They
Yeah.
tell me these
Our
narwhals
narwhals are healthier than all the other narwhals. Oh,
If
I
you
can't say narwhal repeatedly.
narwhal, if you just Google narwhal tours, the first thing that comes up is
these
an 8 day.
narwhals are Olympic athletes. They
Um,
could win the Olympics if they would just let the narwhals compete.
so you can go to Baffin Bay is the place where they do their mating and stuff. So there's a Baffin Island tour. It's an 8 day tour. This thing is $8,000.
Hmm. Wow.
And you can only see them in Greenland. I mean, that's like the sale right there.
Yeah,
You go to
that's a good one.
Iceland
It's a
to do
point,
Well,
man.
things,
and
then just
apparently,
ship on over
like
to Greenland.
the financial aspect of it is less than we've spent on fucking Ukraine. And don't even get me started on Ukraine because Max and my little guy, you guys all know him.
Yeah, yeah.
Craig, you might not know him, but he's a sweet boy too. Um, we've been on this like playing Risk kind of vibe lately, and I swear to God, Ukraine, roll the three dice, fucking lose. Roll the three dice, fucking lose. Roll the three dice, fucking lose. Ukraine is just a pain in the ass country. I'm done with Ukraine. Fuck the Ukraine. That's
cool.
my attitude.
Anyway,
And
And it's all my political beliefs are all based on the poor rolls in Risk.
and Zeus, that's exactly why I told Des I wanted to call on this podcast because she asked me, "What's your opinion on Greenland?" And I said, "If I'm not in favor in any way, shape, or form of military action to try to, acquire land, but at the same point, in my opinion, and this
This
is
is
my opinion
political, though.
only."
It's not military. It's all political.
In my opinion, if we don't do something with Greenland, the EU, NATO, Denmark, whoever you want to call it, especially Denmark, does not have the assets to fight a war against Russia or China. So if Russia decides to invade that, um,
Right.
in tandem with what I was explaining to Desiree, some of the new shipping routes due to some of the ice melting. There's going to be a lot of changes in the Arctic over the next 5 years, and everybody knows it. And this piece of land is going to become very, very important.
Let me ask you
And
this, Craig. Um, I have lately been getting a real vibe, especially with the Greenland thing, this kind of Bay of Pigs kind of feel with all this, because like Putin has basically said, like, we don't want you to have that, but if they're going to give it to us, how can we not take it, right? But it does have a Bay of Pigs vibe to it. Am I wrong?
Well, no one's giving shit to nobody.
No, he's going to buy it. But that's giving it to us. I mean, we could take it militarily, so
I don't see it.
letting us
Russia
buy it
can't
is.
take it because it's protected by NATO though, because it's a territory of Denmark, and
Yeah, but we're
Denmark's
not
in
members
NATO.
of NATO anymore.
Yeah, we are.
I thought he
I think we're still members.
Yeah, I think we're still there.
Yeah,
But
no, because he made everyone start paying their shit. Like,
but Russia
hey,
can't
pay your
grab
dues.
Denmark. That won't work.
yeah, I've said it before, but I with Trump, I'm starting to like him a lot more. Like he's been fucking going to court lately and fucking winning left and right. Again, the we talked about it earlier, you weren't on, Des, but like with the Pretty situation, I hope he handles that the right way. But he's been fucking doing some real damage to a lot of stupid shit out there lately. But let's get back to Greenland. I'm
So
sorry.
here's the real why do we want it? Number one, military
Yep.
reasons.
Number one.
Even
Well, I've
though
heard
isn't there
Golden
already
Dome. I've heard like America's Golden Dome would be part of the
we don't know what that is.
what's that?
No,
What's a Golden Dome?
we do know what it is.
Oh, the
Do
Golden
you
Dome is like
do you want?
Israel has like this
Iron
No,
Dome.
dome over
it's
the
essentially if
country.
someone shoots a missile at the United States, do you want us to react from Maine, New York, or Greenland?
But
If
there's
Russia
also
launched,
Alaska. Is
Yeah,
that
we
the
have.
understandable,
But we own
but
we that's ours. We
I
that we
have
own
Alaska.
Alaska.
no.
So if Russia launches something at the East Coast, would you rather have the missile come from New York, Maine, or Greenland?
Why does
Which
it
one's going
matter?
to intercept
But isn't
faster?
there already don't we already have a military base on Greenland?
No. But I see what Craig said. Craig's
Yes, we
saying
do.
that
We do.
if you want to blow up a nuke, you don't want to blow it up over Maine. You want to blow it up over Greenland. Is that
the
what you're saying,
or
Craig?
the ocean or the ocean.
Yeah.
Yes,
There
we
you
do.
go.
We do have it's called, and I'm going to butcher this. Patitnik.
Because nobody can
We
speak.
Right.
we do have a base, on the island, but in just tandem to the military's strategic facts, the facts that it, I let me explain this way. I don't necessarily believe that global warming is a problem. I believe in global warming, and I believe that the temperature of the Earth has increased 1 to 1.3% over the past 50 some odd years.
Yeah,
A
but
lot
it
of that,
also lowered
Wait, let him
like
finish.
twice that.
and that in tandem is causing two things. Antarctica is increasing in size, and the Arctic is decreasing in size. So the South Pole is increasing, North Pole is decreasing. That's going to be able to make shipping routes
Yeah.
from Russia to wherever much more accessible with them building either whether you want to call it a flotilla with like two icebreakers in front, or if they just start building oil tankers that are icebreaker rated, not rated, um, that can start moving their oil through these passages that are now going to open up because the ice has gotten to a point where ships can now transverse it with ice breaking, hulls or technology. That is what's concerning to me, and that's what makes it a vital United
back.
States military asset.
Right, but why wouldn't Russia still, I mean, the ocean blue is owned by nobody. So like wouldn't regardless of who owns Greenland,
Yeah, but if we're running the trade routes, then we have a little more say. Like, do we want Russia to do it, or would we rather be in charge of what goes in and out of there? I would think, right? We
They
want
can
we want
get
to
the
be in charge
oil,
of it.
they can get it out through the North Sea and or from the other side, the Pacific, where the Vladivostok is over there. So they still have access. I mean, I don't know why they need to go north of Russia down over Greenland with the oil.
I don't know.
I think it's more strategic for the missiles.
100%.
Yeah.
But it will also open some new trade routes.
Yeah, new trade routes.
I don't know where
Not that
they'd be going from there.
well, it's kind of like when you think about like when you fly on an airplane, right?
Right.
If you're going to like
You always kind of go in a
you always
curve.
kind of have to do like that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because the Earth is round. So if Russia just does like that, it's faster.
Yeah, for example, if Russia is wanting to get to the EU, you know, that route is obviously going to be much quicker in some aspects, depending on where they're going in the EU, than, coming out of, you know,
They come out of
the
St. Petersburg. Isn't that closer? Because you get right over, you're
there's
basically right there.
I
But
mean
also,
I've been
what's
to
Russia doing?
pause
Nobody
for a
wants
second.
their shit.
I've been to St. Petersburg. I don't know if there are a ton of oil depots in St. Petersburg. So I'm a little bit uneducated on that
All
fact.
right. Well, where are they
But from
shipping the
all
oil from? Or they do it from
I,
over.
and again, I don't know the answers to all this, but I'm going off of
Yeah, I don't
just
even.
I'm repeating analysis that I believe to be highly factual, and that is that it, Russia and China are very interested, especially if they can start moving product through the Arctic.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I don't know.
Well, so I think it's as a known fact that they have a lot of they have a lot of good shit under that ice there in Greenland. They got gold, they got crude oil, they got rubies, they got uranium, they got all sorts of stuff down there, but it's just under that ice. But if this ice is melting a little bit, maybe we can get to those things easier.
Oh, if any country can do it, we can do it ahead of Denmark. That's for sure.
And I mean, if you can drill, oh yeah, if you can drill down how many feet into the earth for oil? 20,000 feet. I mean, yes, it's ice. Maybe it's a little bit more firm than compact dirt, but is it? I don't know. Like if you got a sharp enough driller, I mean, I feel like you could probably just
We
drill
go through
down there
rocks
equally.
anyway. So,
Yeah, I think with the machines and technology we have that we don't even know about, I'm pretty sure they'd be able to figure out how to get in there.
But Trump says that he doesn't even care about the resources. He just wants it for economic security
strategic.
or
Military.
domestic security. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I kind of think that the minerals are a little bit
That's got to be
intriguing.
part of it. It's got to be
Yeah,
part
maybe
of
they
it.
got something under there that we just don't know about.
Dun, dun,
And
dun. I've heard about that too. Maybe you're getting to that.
I
what
don't
was
know.
that?
What am I getting to? Oh, I want to know.
Oh, okay. Well, it's funny, man. We were talking about this because I was laying in bed the other night, and Dana's got her phone, and she's big on these reels, man. It's like I'm trying to get her to like put the phone down because there's a lot of reel watching, and I'm
I'm a
listening.
real watcher.
I'm trying to sleep. I'm not even looking at it. I'm just listening to it, like in my ear. And there was this guy talking about the reason why Trump wants Greenland is because buried under the ice is ancient alien technology.
Probably not.
I don't know, man. This guy sounded pretty sure.
How would he know?
I
How-
have no idea.
Also, what does
Jack,
he want with the
Jack,
alien technology? Like
Jack,
ancient
Well,
let
go,
me
of
alien
ask you
course we
technology.
this.
want the alien technology. Of course we do.
Yeah.
But it's ancient.
Let,
It's out of
let me
date.
ask
It's
let me
old.
ask you this, Jack.
We can't let the
How
Danish
many
have it.
Okay. Let me ask you this though,
The
Jack.
narwhals might get it.
How many
Yeah, it's the narwhal. Belongs to
alien
them.
enthusiasts have ever not sounded sure about what they're talking
No,
about?
I know, I know. I'm kidding.
Maybe
It's a
narwhals
real
are
that's a real
aliens.
thing though, man. There's theories out there. You can Google it. Alien civilizations in Greenland.
Googling it right now.
All right, good.
You,
Do it
you
because I
can
heard
also
the
do
guy.
that with
Let
South America, the Amazon, uh,
let let let
probably somewhere in Africa.
let me say this about that. We just hired a gentleman. Shit, I got to be careful what I say.
Yeah, come on up.
Um,
Yeah, how do you know if they're a gentleman or not?
let me think what I'm going to say before I say it real quick. Um,
Um,
he
James
was
Doohan.
he yeah, this person was in the military, and as part of a, I'm in a sales position, so we sell stuff for a living. That's what we do. And just out of curiosity, I asked him, like, what's the craziest thing you've ever have to, like, actually sell someone on? And he was like, you're not going to believe it. I'm like, go ahead and try me. And he was like, I honestly had to sell, and he explained this whole UFO encounter he had when he was flying a jet. And he was like, yeah, I had to try to sell it to my, captain or whoever, commander or whatever it was at the time. And I've done probably over 500 interviews, and I think I'm a pretty good read at people. And he wasn't fucking lying, which was the scary part.
yeah, but a lot of those military people, they always say that there's no way that that thing could have been like we were up there and it was up there and there's no way what we saw was another plane. There's
Yeah.
tons of people that say that.
Well,
No, but they've got footage of these things moving in ways that defy, our notions of science and travel. I mean, like they're doing like geometric turns on a dime. They're going under the water. They're coming up. I mean, like
but it's not just that they're going under the water, they're going underwater with no resistance. Like
right.
it's as though they're going through the air. Just, it's the same thing. Um,
Okay,
are
I
you
got the
guys
alien
familiar
facts.
with
Okay, what do you got?
Okay, here's the facts. All right. Ancient, I just Googled alien civilization Greenland. Okay, this is what came up. Um, Scientists, including Dr. Don't Care, analyzed 3.7 billion year old rocks in Greenland to find signs of the earliest life on Earth, helping NASA's Mars exploration program. Okay, that's not about aliens. Alien environment. The Greenland ice sheet hides a 466-mile long subglacial canyon and a 19-mile wide impact crater, creating a landscape that feels extraterrestrial. While
so
there are while there are no while there are no credible reports of extraterrestrial alien civilizations, Greenland's isolation, vast ice, and dead silence often generate folklore and, in modern times, conspiracy theories regarding secret, hidden, or ancient human-based
Aliens. Yes.
No.
See?
based on what you
civilizations.
just said, it kind of reminds me of like that crater. Is it in New Mexico or Arizona?
It's in Roswell, and it's a piece of shit. It's a fucking tourist
No,
trap.
no, the crater, like from the only movie I
Uh,
could
it's
think of, from Starman, that massive crater, but
Yeah.
it's
something
the
about
one
what you
north,
just
the
said,
one
like
the one that's in
brings
between
that.
Venezuela and the Pacific or in the Atlantic Ocean.
No, not the
There's
Mariana
that.
Trench.
No,
Apparently,
that's not the
there
Mariana
was
Trench. The Mariana
a
Trench is
apparently also in Siberia, there's like this place that was just like decimated. It was probably by a meteorite, but a
Yeah,
huge
yes.
meteorite.
it makes
There's a
sense.
massive crater there, but I think the one you're speaking of, Zeus, is north.
Come and get in the position.
What?
It's the Grand Canyon.
No, it's not the
No,
Grand Canyon.
it's like half of Venezuela and half in the ocean, I believe, is the one you're speaking of, Zeus, unless I'm mistaken.
But that's not, but Desiree was describing one that's not like a nice clean circle, but
I
more
mean,
like
it
a
is
track, right?
interesting that Desiree, the point that I think is the most important to take out of this is that Greenland in the history of the world has been rather non-consequential, and maybe there is something to that fact that we all just kind of ignore Greenland because it's Greenland. You know what I mean? And maybe if there are aliens, maybe that is the place they're hiding. I still think it's in the ocean, but
I don't know
so
what this show is about.
yeah, right.
This is what happens
Um,
every time I try to listen to this show. I get like 30 or 40 minutes in. I just got to turn it off because you're not making any points here. I don't know what the point of the show is.
Yeah, stop talking, Zeus.
sorry.
Anyway, so we went over, we got down why Trump wants it. So you guys think that he's gonna be able to buy it? Is that the
Well,
I don't think he needs
you
to. If I can
also
like
did
say
mention that
something,
you want to talk
Zeus.
about snow.
No,
huh?
Tom, go ahead. What were you going to say,
I
Tom?
don't think you need, well, we don't need the whole thing, really, do we? I mean, if we just have a
That's what I
base or
say.
two or three bases, then China's not going to touch it and Russia's not going to touch it. As long as we got our bases there, they're going to be like, okay, hands off Greenland. That's all you really need. You don't really need to own the whole thing outright, unless you want it to
How
rare
close
earth.
are we to Greenland?
Rawr.
How far is what?
How close are we to Greenland?
Relatively close. I mean, Maine is not that far, it's a little bit further up past Nova Scotia.
Okay. Do we
I
want to
don't know that.
segue into something that everybody's been dealing with
It's a
lately? I don't know
20-hour
about.
flight from JFK.
Well, no,
Did
don't
you guys
switch
get
to the
hit by any
snow.
snow?
Well, we haven't stopped talking. We're not done
Yeah,
with Greenland.
finish
How,
Oh,
Greenland.
That, yeah,
Carl, do
let
you
me,
think
let me, let me, go ahead, Des. Sorry.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, back to Tom's statement. You're 100% accurate and I think, in typical Trump fashion, I mean, if you guys have ever read The Art of the Deal, I've read that book like 5 times. Trump goes out and says, I want this, this, and this for
Right. Yeah.
$1. That's his strategy of negotiating. And so he's, going out and saying this. He did the same thing. I mean, if you guys want to look
Panama
at
Canal. Yeah.
a financial manipulation, just pull up United Healthcare stock today. I mean, I I I don't think this is illegal to disclose a public stock trade, but I made $100 off of United Healthcare stock because he came out yesterday and said, "Hey, we're only going to pay you 0.9% on Medicare instead of, the 6% you're asking for." And United Healthcare and Humana stock actually dropped by 22%. United Healthcare dropped by like 19%, and they both rebounded 3 to 5% today, or 3.5% roughly. United Healthcare did. I don't know what Humana did. I didn't buy that stock. But long story short, it's Trump's strategy in general. And if
Yeah.
you've read his books, that's what he does is he comes out with
All of
guns
these things.
firing,
The
lowball deal,
tariffs,
and
everything.
then yeah, exactly. The same thing with the terrorists. Everybody's like, "Oh, he's weak on the terrorists because he backs off." It's like, no, it's a negotiation technique.
Right.
So I think that to your point, Tom, about having three very good bases is maybe what he's aiming for long term. I don't know, but that's definitely a good hypothesis.
Well, when I said why don't we just lease some of it, you said that was dumb.
And that's accurate. In my opinion, i- in my personal opinion, which is what I told you, I think we should buy it. And for the multitude of reasons, we'll make more money off of the oil and the minerals
it's
that are
probably cheaper than the Ukraine.
in tandem to that. And, then we won't end up in a Ukraine situation, where we have bases and so on and so forth. But Tom does bring up a great point that if we can somehow secure some long-term leases in some very good locations that scare off the Russian and the Chinese long enough, to until we can get everybody on the same page. I mean, that's also a valid resolution in my opinion.
Yeah. What do you think, Hot Carl?
I say buy it.
So how do land buys work? Because that sounds like a dumb question, but hear me out. Hawaii, uh, uh,
Alaska.
Alaska, even like Puerto Rico, I know that's a territory, but I mean, do you just go around and say, I'm gonna buy that from you? Or is it put up for sale and then someone offers it? Like how does that work?
I don't think
You
any
write up
land's
a
ever
co-
been auctioned like that. I mean, the Louisiana Purchase, it was just us and them, and Alaska was just us and them.
you write up a contract and send them a check, Des.
It's kind of
Hmm.
ironic that my youngest son and I have been playing Risk so much because this
It's the
all
risk
feels very
strategy.
risk oriented.
Well,
It's
I
like,
mean,
Well, I mean, if we wanted to
why don't we
just
take
take it,
Alaska and then we can go get Irkutsk because that's the connecting, you know what I mean? It's like there's something to it. Um,
well, I mean,
we're
I don't.
we're
how many
I
what?
people
think
live there
like
right now?
50,000.
Okay, so
Yeah.
but now
Fifty,
is
56,
most of the
56,000.
island completely uninhabitable?
Yeah, so like the southern tip of the island, Baffin Bay, that area, that's nuke,
Yuck,
nuke,
yuck,
nuke,
yuck.
nuke,
Like the Three Stooges.
nuke. That's
Okay,
the
so
only place that has
so
people.
that's where okay, all right, I got you.
Apparently, there's some
It,
Inuit
it,
populations that live in the northern part, but
it's
um,
like Canada.
Denmark over
Everybody
there,
Right.
lives within
yeah,
5 miles of the fucking border.
Right.
Except not as liberal.
Like
um,
Alaska, I guess.
like Denmark banned the people from banned the Inuit tribes from going up there and living in the fucking freezing ass cold. Hey, if you want to do that, I don't really know why it matters, but yeah, they did that. That was kind of rude. But
You don't want the Inuit seeing the aliens.
I mean, if I'm Greenland, if I was Greenland and the United States, which is, you know, the richest country, are we the richest country?
I
Still,
don't know if we're the
$37
richest, but
trillion
we're
dollars
One
by
of-
far the
in
most
debt, so.
one of them,
successful.
we're up there. Wanted us to be a part of them, and I'm over and currently being part of Denmark, which what does Denmark do? Like, what do they got?
We also did just jack 300 billion uh, barrels of oil.
From where?
From
Venezuela? What does that have to do with anything?
Richest country in the world.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, we got stuff going on down here. We got stuff to do. We have money to spend. What does Denmark have? I mean, if I'm the people of Greenland, I'm probably like, yeah, US, buy me. But they're not.
I wouldn't want to be part
I
of the U.S. either, because if they become a state, then
No, it'd
you're
be
going
like
to
a
get
territory.
there are only 50,000 people there. So the next Democrat president, you're going to have like 100,000 Somalis are going to immigrate up there. They're going to start up like 40,000 daycares. You're just going to have, so 2/3 of the population would be Somali all of a sudden within 5 years.
a bunch of layering centers.
Yeah, the Leering
Yeah, those
centers
Leering
are going to be
centers, man.
all over Nyuk Nyuk.
Gonna be learning
Hey, you
up there.
guys don't
Okay.
make fun of leering.
And I don't know. Also, if things work out well, I think maybe our days of importing new Somalians are probably over.
I
Yeah.
don't think the Democrats have learned any lessons. I mean,
Oh no, if they get power again, then you're right. That's a whole different story. The whole country's over at that point.
right.
Do you think Greenlandians are Republicans or Democrats?
I don't know.
I think they're capitalists.
Yeah, if they like that money Trump puts in their pocket.
Yeah, but they obviously don't because they're like we're not for sale.
Right.
Okay,
Are
so
they
I
though?
mean,
Are they
So-
really? if we're still having this conversation after Trump brought it up like 6 months ago, if we're still having this conversation, I disagree with you. I think that they are very much for sale.
Right, but the
It-
people with the signs are in the Greenland next to their little
Yeah,
Finnish
but
houses,
what have we learned about people
Nordic
with signs?
Nordic houses. We are not for sale. We're Denmark
Most of
or
the
whatever.
signs are pre-printed and sponsored by George Soros.
And we flew them to Greenland.
No,
Yeah.
no bullshit. Go look at any protest.
They
And if
wrote
you
it. I'm
see
not talking about the US. I'm talking about Greenland, the people of
Let me
Greenland, the
let me finish my
Nukians.
Soros can ship them up to
Yeah,
Greenland.
let me
Soros can
finish
get
my
them
sentence.
anywhere.
Yeah, most of the time when you look at people, and this happens in Wichita, we have protests in Wichita, like the No Kings or whatever.
Yeah, it's
These
pre-ordered,
people
pre-printed.
pre-ordered, pre-printed, graphically designed signs.
Right.
Yep.
These are not
Funded.
handmade signs.
Paid
No.
These are
protesters.
funded signs that are paid by someone, and this is in Wichita, Kansas. Okay, we're like 70,000% Republican, like gun-toting AR-15. You know, uh, unless you're in like the core of Wichita, you're not a Democrat. Anywhere else in Wichita, but yet we're having these No Kings protests with 50 people showing up that I guarantee you are paid
Yeah.
with professionally made signs.
Well, also, you know what? The worst part, Ka, is that a lot of the money. No, seriously. The worst part is a lot of the money that's funding those signs and those shirts and those people. It comes from NGOs, which are actually getting a lot of money from your tax dollars.
100%. You're
Yeah,
100% right.
it's unbelievable. It's
He should be.
unfucking believable.
He should
Should we
change his name
ship
to Hot Car.
should we ship some of those Trump signs in the garage to Greenland? Kyle?
Yeah, really, you should.
I think we're only down to about 20 Trump signs, Desiree, sadly.
Damn.
If you want my opinion, I think that the Greenland thing is going to happen.
I think there will be a deal. I
Huh?
don't know if it'll be a out and out purchase.
Well, like I said,
I agree with Tom. I think there's
the
going to be
the
a deal.
the,
And
the well, allow me. I'm sorry, Ka. The financial aspect of this is it would cost us less to purchase Greenland than we have invested in the Ukraine at this point.
Cool.
Yeah.
100%. But let me the podcast I listened to for the past 15 years has this part they call the second half of the show, conspiracy theories. So let me walk you through this. Remember when we started blowing up Venezuelan drug boats?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And remember how we sent a carrier group down the Caribbean Ocean on the guise of destroying the drug trade?
Mm-hmm.
And then remember how that carrier group actually kidnapped Nicolas Maduro?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
That name
There's
sounds
another-
familiar.
there's another carrier group arriving off the coast of Iran, give or take in the next 5 to 8 hours.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Hmm.
So Greenland may just be Trump PR to distract from what's going on.
That's also
Look
kind
over
of what I
here.
think a little bit too.
Look over here, don't look over here. I could be wrong, but everybody thought that carrier group showing up in the South Caribbean was for drug dealers, but it turns out they've been planning that. I mean, they fucking replicated Maduro's house. Those SEAL
okay.
guys don't fuck around.
Well, okay. Well, let's say Zeus kept bringing up risk. What if Trump really is like talk about America first, make America great again? What if he's fully aggressive on other people's oil? First, we get Venezuela's oil. We're going to take whatever Greenland's got to offer and like Khan just said, now we're going to move in on Iran. All those places are like oil rich. I mean, so what if he's just like, you know what? We're America. We've got the military muscle. We're just going to do this, and we're gonna reap the rewards.
Um, I, I'm gonna say that we really don't have any clear ramification to take Iran's oil.
Right.
We clearly had definite reason to do what we did in Venezuela
Yep.
because Exxon, I think it was Exxon, Chevron,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
was
they
it
got robbed.
ConocoPhillips? Yeah, that literally, what is the nation? PSVDA or whatever their national oil company literally stole all the assets, from ExxonMobil, Chevron, and I believe it was ConocoPhillips. I could be
Yeah, it
wrong.
was our shit.
Yeah, and Chevron's the only company down there still operating. And I'm not going to lie, I've made a decent amount of money trading Chevron up and down recently because they still haven't got their license to uh, produce oil in Venezuela from the United States or export, I'm sorry, without it being sanctioned, but they will get it. So, you know, I don't think the same thing is going to happen in Iran, sadly, because we don't have those prior agreements.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
But
but what if it doesn't matter? Because the reason they were able to go after Maduro, I mean, he was indicted. He was sending drugs and gangsters and crazy people into our country. Like that was a huge part of why they had to get him to face the charges that were
that
brought.
was that was the only reason they could get him
Well, that's
is
what I mean.
because
So, but we know, but
And
like you
he
said,
said, "Come get me."
yeah, but like you said, we
That
know that
was so stupid.
we know that the oil was there and that we got ripped off. So now you look at the Iran situation, there's a rebellion brewing. You guys talked about it last week. It's a perfect opportunity to get in there and help topple that regime. And then, oh, look, guess what? Yeah, we want some of that oil.
well,
Yeah,
then it turns into
that's the tricky thing with that whole thing is like
I'm
I
just
feel
saying, what if
like
that's what he's
with
doing?
well,
It's the question.
here's my thing with Iran.
I've
It's
got an
like
answer.
this is the opportune time if we're going to get involved. I think world support is probably behind us, but world support is also like not behind us. Like it's another case of America being the world police. But goddamn, if this isn't the perfect time to topple the fucking awful, awful shit that's been going on in Iran, which Lena was very verbal about. I feel like I'm not in support of attacking
Yeah, I
Iran,
hope it's not true.
but I can't think of any other option with that. And we're going off way on a tangent, but that was it. Like the Iran thing really bothers me because I feel like, and I'm not about war. I'm very much like Lena was. Like, I don't want American soldiers to go over there and die, but I also feel like they might be doing it on their own. Like, this might be the time where they fucking,
Seems like it.
you
Well,
know
if
what I
we
mean?
could, if as long as we don't put guys there, okay, you know what I mean. Whatever. Like, if you want to support this foreign, like, I mean, it seems like we thought we could help the Afghans. They didn't want it in the end. We thought we could help the Iraqis when we freed them. They didn't want it in the end. So there better be an awful lot of Iranians that are going to welcome our democracy. Which I
I
guess
feel like that's the
there's
case, though.
reasons. Yeah, there's reasons that there will be. They're Persian. They're not the same. They used to be very Western.
It's not
Um,
even, we were correct on the fact that it's not even Muslim there. It's this whole,
They were very Western in the 70s.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. I just hope it's not boots on the ground shit, whether they accept us as
I think it
liberators or
probably
not.
will be, but
I hope not.
My biggest fear is it's not going to end in a 2013 Ukraine Victoria Nuland phone call where we're orchestrating a regime. God damn, that's a hard word to say. Regime change in another country. You guys know what I'm talking about with the Victoria Nuland
got
call,
a bit
right?
better.
You're talking about the guy
No,
that ended up getting overthrown in 2014?
Correct.
Okay.
In Ukraine.
Right, in Ukraine. Yes.
And you have Victoria Nuland. I think at this point she was the Assistant Secretary of State. I'd have to look up, basically talking about who the United States government wants to appoint as the next, I don't know if it's, president or uh,
Right,
head
I
of
got you.
something to that degree. But it's
Prime
truly an
Minister.
atrocious, Prime Minister maybe. It's truly an atrocious phone call, and it just goes to show. I mean, it's the same thing as that clip from Hillary Clinton where she was like, and his head was gone or whatever.
Yeah,
You know,
Gaddafi.
yeah, with Gaddafi,
Yeah. And that
it's
country
ridiculous.
turned into a complete disaster after we did that.
Correct. And if we intervene with these foreign countries, ugh,
Yeah.
I don't
know.
like it.
I don't like it either, but I mean, it seems like you said the fleets have been sent over there. This could be a big distraction, I mean, who knows? But, as far as like Desiree, I'm as far as the Greenland question goes, if he can get it for cash, and it's a US territory where we can do whatever we want with it,
Like build Trump
why
Tower and
not?
go narwhal tours.
Just one, yeah, why not? A couple of hotels, get some people, we can send some Americans over there. We can make some money over there with whoever the new residents are.
And we get
And
And
you
we
know,
a
get
ton of cash to like
and we
survive. Like,
yeah, and we
like
know
it's
and we
not
get
gonna
all the
be free.
resources and we put our military there and we control those travel routes.
and there's a lot of
Why
like
not?
down in like Antarctica, there's a lot of like science people down there.
Yeah, like Kurt
They're
Russell in the thing.
Scientists.
yeah, they're teaching science down there at the University of Antarctica.
Yeah,
You mean
that's what they're called.
scientists? Oh,
Some of them aren't
The-
scientists. They're just interested in science.
Greg,
Okay.
you're gonna pay for that one later.
Anyway, so they have a lot of those bases down in Antarctica. So maybe we could do the same thing with Greenland, like for the northern part of what the fuck are you gonna do with it?
I'm sure we will.
Just
Mhm.
science bases, science hospital. They got a
Alien
hospital in
research.
Antarctica. So why not? I don't know. There's some
So,
things we could do with it.
Yes.
Narwhals.
Can we
Tom-
talk about
Tom,
snow
hold on.
now?
Hold on, what?
Tom,
what?
have you ever talked to a professor of logic at the University of Science?
No.
I
Ask
thought it was
Desiree about
knowledge.
that sometime.
I thought it was the professor of knowledge or professor of logic at the University of Knowledge.
Professor of logic at the University of Science.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, whatever
What
university.
did I
of
say?
knowledge.
What did I say wrong? Professor of knowledge. Anyways,
It's knowledge or
off topic.
yeah.
Professor
Anyway, it's a funny joke.
of logic at the University of Science. Google it. The late great Norm, best joke he ever wrote.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a joke, but it is funny if you use it in the right context. Just that part of it. Anyway, we're gonna stop talking about Greenland, I guess. So, Ka can see your way out. Unless you want to talk about
Did you
snow.
guys get hit by snow in Kansas? Did you guys
We
get hit
did.
by snow?
We did. We got drum roll, please. 4.5 inches.
Oh, we got 7.
Well, we didn't get hit by that, but we didn't get hit by the 19 inches that they said we were.
Yeah, they said we were gonna have 9 to 12 inches. I'd like to have 9 to 12 inches.
I was gonna say, and you're confused on that already because you've been convinced that this is 9 inches for like fucking years.
I guess.
um,
It's a grain of rice.
no, it was underwhelming. Would you agree,
At
Tom?
best.
Like, what?
What? It was, I mean, what it didn't have with the inches, it made up for with the impact, I guess.
And the
the
sleet. The
cold.
sleet was the problem.
We didn't
Yeah.
have the ice. We didn't have the sleet. We didn't have none of that. Which usually we do. It usually will like do this bullshit sleet, or what's the other one was like ice pellets, but not.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got like 3 or 4 inches of good snow, and then we got hit by the sleet, and it's been awful. Like, I don't know if you guys can see this, but I had to,
Did you fall down, go boom?
no, I was shoveling my car out, and I had one of these like collapsible snow shovels, and
Oh.
it shredded the fuck out of my hand. The worst part about this is when I had my car accident last year. By the way, we're gonna have an episode on that soon because I'm beyond all the legal things. But
I thought you were snow shoveling in Greenland.
um,
I think you would never be done snow shoveling in Greenland.
exactly.
You would always.
But it's funny because my all-wheel drive that is supposed to be like massively amazing and all the snow, I pulled in like last night. There were no parking spots in my condo area, and so I pull off onto the side of the road like a fucking mile from where I live, and I'm like, you know what? I better make sure I can get out of here, and I couldn't. So I started shoving, but yeah, it fucking wrecked my hand. But anyway,
How could
about
you
this,
get in but not out?
um that you
Because
don't
you,
deal with enough snow.
well,
That
but
is a
hold on,
very
because
common
how you
occurrence.
got in, you could have just backed that same path. You
You
just
would
that same.
think, but Tom, I think Jack can probably back me up on this. It doesn't quite work out that way.
I also have a
Depends.
very large vehicle and I don't get stuck.
I've got I mean, it's an all-wheel drive.
Heavier
It's
is
pretty
better.
good.
Yeah.
What?
Heavier is better.
Yeah, I have a
Heavier is
Bertha.
definitely
It
better,
depends what
but
he
I
gets in.
mean,
If he kind of gets in on on an angle and
Well,
kind of
but
goes down,
Zeus,
it's easy to go
you're
down into something and then you can't get back up out of
yeah,
it.
exactly.
Oh.
It's easier to get in than it is to get out. But yeah, the snow was. I mean, this isn't Snowmageddon, Des. You might not be aware of this, but like about like 10 years ago, we had this like 2 week period where we got like 3 legitimate blizzards. And in this area, I don't know if Jack had it, but they called it Snowmageddon.
Yeah,
Did
they
you
were
have that?
saying
Yeah, we got it.
they were
Yeah.
saying it was going to be Snowmageddon.
And
It was
Well,
not.
they're saying like Friday or
Zeus,
Saturday,
Zeus,
we're gonna get hit by it again. And
Zeus,
that could be
correct me if you're wrong. You're New England, correct?
me? No, I'm in Virginia.
Okay.
But
So
and
you guys got
Virginia is
pretty
really
hard then.
weird. Virginia's weird. Virginia people with the snow is like Florida people with the rain. Like we should be expecting this. We should be better prepared, but we go fucking retarded as soon
Well,
as it happens.
do they do the roads? Do you let's talk about snow etiquette. That's why I want to talk about snow, okay? Snow
Oh,
etiquette. Snow etiquette number one.
there is
How
snow etiquette.
how are the roads treated? Do they do the roads? Do they say fuck them roads? Do they do the neighborhood roads? Because I have
Des,
heard
They're pretty
you
good in
missed
this area.
you missed a great pun that Zeus hit. There is
You got
no
that right?
what?
there is
They're
no
pretty good in this area.
What was the thing I missed?
I said there is snow
No,
etiquette.
Craig. Snow etiquette.
Is that what you're talking
Oh.
about, Greg?
Yes,
Yeah.
Oh.
that was good.
That's
In
good.
answer your question, Desiree, and Tom, I think you'll agree. I don't know about Jack in New Jersey, but I'm sorry, Hot Carl in New Jersey. Well, gave him up. But they're pretty good in this area.
Yeah.
Like
They treat the roads in advance and then
like
the
as
plows
far
are
as like
ready.
the
There's-
public
you know.
officials and the county and all that, they're fine. It's the people that are idiots.
Yeah. Well, so did they do the main roads or do they treat
No,
the
they
street?
they get the side roads, everything.
See, that does not happen here.
yeah, same.
There's
But-
there's not a side road that's been plowed ever in the history, which
Well, define a side road, Desiree. There's a difference.
Hey Tom, you're probably the only one that can answer this. Maybe Jack actually being goddamn, I'm sorry, Hot Carl. But Tom, do you have people in your area where they put like a chair in front of a parking spot? Like
I was gonna
supposed-
get to that. Hold on,
that's
stop.
fucking
That's
so annoys me.
That's
Seen
hold
them.
on. Wait, that's another snow etiquette we can get to after we're talking about the road. No, a side road, Craig. A side road is anything that's not a main road.
I mean,
Like
they've
a
cleared
little like neighborhood
45th.
road.
They
Like no,
clear,
45th is a main road. That's a
Well,
road.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. I was talking to my son, my older son,
sure,
about
I
it.
don't want
You
too many
guys know
people
him.
know where we live.
And I'm like,
Oh,
I'm
well.
like, I'm like, that's so annoying that they put the chairs there. And he's like, move it. I'm like, no, dude, you don't understand. If I move it
We'll
and I
talk
park
about
there,
that in a
wait, well,
second, Zeus.
hold on, Des. I'm like explaining to my son. I'm like, if I move the chair and take the spot, guaranteed I'm gonna get vandalized. You know what I mean? And he doesn't get that. And I get that. I get that. I get that he doesn't get that. He doesn't
Okay, we will talk
intellectualize
about
the
that in a second.
vindictive
We'll talk about it in a
state
second.
that people are in. I would probably vandalize somebody if I put a chair, but I'm not an asshole that puts a chair in a spot. You get it or you don't.
Okay, again,
Fine.
we'll talk about that in a second. Anyway, they don't do the side roads. Or any
You're great
road
here.
that's not like an actual city road.
I'll be right
Well,
back, guys.
I don't know, side roads, whatever. But I have heard, like in Olathe, Craig, they do all the neighborhood streets. They plow them.
Well, maybe that's because they've got Olathe tax money.
Well, we need Olathe tax money. Anyway, but what they'll do is so they'll treat the roads. They won't start plowing until that snow is done, though. Do they do that there?
No, here they were plowing the whole time, and they were on top of it, like
Yeah.
right around my apartment complex. But they also don't do the little side roads, like you said. So there's, it's still pretty messy the next day for sure.
Do,
We have
do they
like,
pre-treat? Do they pre-treat it all?
I know they did where they plowed, which is like the main roads, like with the double yellow lines and all that. But I don't think they pre-treated like the little side roads, like where the houses are. Like
Yeah, no,
they looked like a hot mess the
that's
next
your
morning.
responsibility.
What do they pre-treat with?
Oh,
Probably
up
the same
here?
I
shit.
don't know.
Oh, I
Yes.
don't even know. I mean, I guess it's like a salt and some kind of combo. It feels like rocks and salt. I mean,
Is it a spray or a granular product?
it's
I
a
don't know
it's
about
a granular product.
No, they
Tom.
spray.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Tom, are you getting like that spray that they put
Yeah,
on,
where you can see the
it's not all
lines
the
on the
salt
road.
and all
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Now, the salt they tend to put in like the more like Des was asking about, like the neighborhoods and stuff
No,
like that.
they do not salt plow treat shit
Nothing.
that's a neighborhood around here. They don't care. Unless
Yeah,
it's a
same.
road that you drive on that's like that's a city street.
That's
If
my
you
etiquette
turn
comment.
into if you turn onto a road and there's a house somewhere on it, that ain't getting treated. That's your own responsibility. Now,
Here they're very good.
what Wichita has done is they have named all of the snowplows. And you can get on there and you can track the snowplows, whatever your favorite snowplow is.
Oh, look,
How-
Jim's coming by.
See how much snow it's plowed, see if it's around you, whatever. And they've got all these cute names. Here are some of them.
You got an
We're
app for
wasting
everything.
time on this.
Baby Snowda,
Okay.
Blizzard of Oz, Brian and Dandy, Control Salt Delete.
Okay, I'm going to pause right here because Tom brought up a good point. Back to what I was asking, whether or not they spray a solution or if they spread actual granular material. I went on a crazy, probably 8-hour YouTube dive into salt brine solution. And you can ask Des because I probably destroyed her, what do you call it, KitchenAid mixer?
KitchenAid mixer.
Yeah, making salt brine, putting it in a sprayer. And I'm not going to lie, it was pretty goddamn effective.
Yeah,
Never
but
thought of doing that.
Yes.
my
Maybe.
my argument is it was a great idea, but they probably just sell that at Home Depot.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Des on that one.
Which
probably
they
could've
didn't
bought
have. They
it for
didn't have
like
when you went to go buy it
$6.99.
because it was the day before the
Correct.
snow was coming.
And,
So
and they sell it for $50 a gallon, but I can make a gallon for $1.40.
Yeah, and a kitchen and mixer costs $400. So
Okay.
It's an investment.
It's
Like Greenland.
like Greenland. Maybe if you start now, babe, we can spray the brine on Greenland.
Anyways, I would just, if you have some time, and I'm gonna sound like a crazy person, which I
Yeah.
am. Look at salt brine, because eventually the EPA is gonna start regulating salt.
The rock
I
salt.
mean, rock salt or salt, and probably salt in general. I mean, the EPA classifies dirt as a fucking pollution.
Pollutant.
They literally
Dirt?
classify dirt as a pollution. You can look that up. It's fucking true.
Well,
I
dirty.
mean, when I guess I'm still a home builder, but when I built homes professionally, I would get letters from the EPA threatening me with $5,000 fine because I had dirt in the street, a pollutant in the street. You know, it was like I was the Exxon Valdez to them.
Wow.
So eventually the EPA is going to outlaw rock salt, or not necessarily outlaw, but
Control.
yeah, control it to where you have to have a license to disperse it, so on and so forth.
You got to pay them.
So,
That's what it's going to be.
yeah,
I
and
don't see
essentially
them
the
getting a lot of control over that. Salt is so readily available everywhere. You know, it'll be a
well,
problem, but
so is dirt.
yeah, but dirt has salt. You know, like there's lots of salt.
Okay, anyway, ICT. Uh, um it's snow problem. Mission Impossible.
These are
There's
all
gotta be a
local,
Simpsons reference here.
These are just names of some of the names of the snowplows that Wichita has named them.
the local
Snow
plows.
bloody snow buddy like you. Snow worries. Thaw enforcement.
It's a lot of plows.
To Brian own self be true. The fast and the flurriest. Snow more Mr. Ice Guy. Sultanus Brine. Plowosaurus Rex.
You know what? All
Pythagorean
this,
theorem. Anyway, so they name these snowplows, and you can like follow the snowplows. I don't know. I
Well-
guess it's just something to do when
well,
it's snowing. You can't do
here's the
anything
thing
else.
about that. They've obviously got way more time to name snow plows than actually plow snow. Like here, it's like government run. It's like it's actually pretty well done here. Wouldn't you agree, Tom? I mean,
Yeah, I mean they
it could
eventually
be
get
worse.
everywhere, and
It
Oh,
could
but it's
definitely be worse.
if you drive. Oh, this is a serious topic right here. I'm about to say. But
Wow.
if you drive
What is
north,
he talking about?
if you drive north on Rock Road and you hit that city limit, snow. Like it is a straight line. Like we ain't plowing outside this city.
Oh, hey,
Oh.
there's a name for a plow. Snow problem.
There is one snow problem.
well, here we
Snow
have
problem.
like the HOA area. They have to have the HOA plows, and then you've got Department of Transportation does the public areas. So it
Hey.
depends where you're at.
Mr. Caw, why don't you inquire the HOA about why the fuck we pay these dues and can't get no snowplow for the neighborhood?
Yeah, that seems like like a HOA kind of thing.
Yeah, and they don't
Is-
got to do the driveway, do the fucking road. Okay,
Because
so
that would involve probably fifth or sixth lawsuit. I don't know how many times I've sued the RHOA. It's at
anyway,
least 4 times.
they
You
should just
know-
offer it. We shouldn't have to sue them. But
and,
anyway,
and shall we get on the topic of these motherfucking snowplow motherfuckers where you've shoveled yourself out, you're done, you're good, I'm gonna be able to drive, blah blah blah, and then they come up behind you and fucking put like fucking 6
no,
feet of snow
because
behind where
we
you're
don't park on
parked.
the street.
What?
We don't park on the street, and they don't plow the neighborhood, so that's never a problem.
Well, here, but Tom knows what I'm talking about.
Well, you shovel your driveway, and then they plow the road, and then there's a big ice wall blocking your
Yeah.
driveway now.
I
Yeah, that
remember
would
those
piss me
days.
off.
And
gotta
you
get the-
never know when to do it where you can beat them.
Speaking
Um,
of
You
the
can't
driveway
beat
wall of ice, so what is the etiquette for the neighborhood? Because I didn't think that there was snow etiquette for neighborhoods. However,
there
I was
is
reading
snow etiquette. That's another name for a
because
fucking.
we got snow etiquette around here, but other places apparently there's
Whoa,
like,
whoa, 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 whoa. What the fuck are you talking about?
shut up, I'm trying to explain. So I'm on Reddit and I'm reading, okay? And I see all these people talking about how their neighborhoods, just as the people of the neighborhood, there's like an unspoken etiquette of you always shovel your driveway and the sidewalk in front of your house. We don't have a sidewalk in front of our house.
Yeah.
It's on the other side of the street, thankfully. But that's like a thing. And if you don't do it,
Yes.
you're kind of a dick.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you got to do your sidewalk too.
But why do I have to? I didn't put the snow there.
Well, it's just nice because kids need to walk to the bus stop and people need to walk their dogs, right?
Yeah.
I mean, do you need to do that?
I think
It's got
probably the
that is
HOA
actually
requires it, but
all
you should just do it anyway.
No, I don't
mocking
think the
you.
HOA requires it. Not ours
You know
anyway.
what? Sort of mocking your etiquette term. That is actually kind of an etiquette thing. Is like,
Okay, see, because this is the first time I'm hearing about it. I swear to God, like you mow your grass
no, no, no,
because
no,
it
no, no.
makes it.
We're in a much more snow-ridden area than you are, so it's just kind of ingrained in our DNA. Like we just, and if you can, you snow the neighbors,
I have never driven down
sidewalk.
the road and been like, they didn't do their sidewalk, dicks. I've never even thought about that or their
Yeah, but
driveway.
I'll bet the worst snow you've ever seen is like maybe 8 inches, like
Yeah,
fucking 20 years ago.
precisely,
Yeah.
precisely. Yeah.
Here,
Honestly,
like
yeah, the worst snow
I
we've
would,
gotten was probably this storm in the past decade.
yeah, I
Yeah.
was
So
talking to
yes,
when I was talking to Tom
yeah,
about Snowmageddon, we had like 3 blizzards in like a week and a half. We had snow drifts or where like the plows push it up easily
sure,
to the
seven
second
feet.
story of a building. And
Yeah,
that's just
seven,
Virginia.
seven, 8 feet.
Virginia, we're pussies when it comes to the snow. Like, and you guys are obviously way less
No, you
bothered
get
by
up north like into DC Metro. Uh, my cousin tells me how bad it is even north of DC. Yeah, I mean
it.
it's rough up there.
So here's the thing. It's not though, man. Go to Massachusetts where they got to go out and like pour boiling water on their
Yeah,
tires
like
so they can
like
drive.
Vermont and like fucking
We're
New
we're we're
Hampshire.
pussies here. The thing about Virginia that makes it unique is that, and Virginia, it's like Virginia, Maryland, maybe North Carolina. These areas, they get hit pretty fucking hard, but it's pretty fucking infrequent. So like that's where we're in this weird place. Like warm weather doesn't hit us as hard, cold weather doesn't hit us as hard, but the cold weather seems to have more of an effect here. Are you following where I'm
Yeah.
going
Well,
with this, Tom?
yeah,
It's like,
you usually here though, like if it snows, 2 days later, it's usually half melted off,
I've
yeah,
you
got an
know?
see,
etiquette question. So I saw yesterday, like in the middle of the street, it was still like before it got plowed, there was still like snow, but somebody like the dog pooped in the middle of the street and they just left it there, like on
oh,
top of the snow.
fuck that.
Why are you pooping in the middle of the street?
The dog, no, not me. The
But
dog,
why is the dog doing
I don't
that?
know because you
Well,
can't, because there's no the sidewalks weren't all clear at that point. So you got to
Oh,
and
walk
I've got
because
an
some
down.
asshole
answer for
didn't
that
shovel
actually,
their
Tom.
Yeah, if you
sidewalk, huh?
poop on the snow, you got to pick that up and
Well,
get
I've
in your
got,
little blue bag.
Not if it's in the street. This is
but
why I don't have dogs.
but Tom,
I'm not
here's my
picking up
answer to
shit
that.
outside.
Um, when it snows out, your dogs they kind of go like they don't want to poop because it's like just uh
They're
too much
scared.
overstimulation. They
Yeah.
just so like if he's pooping in the middle of the street, I'm like thank God because I don't want him pooping in my
Okay,
apartment.
but pick it up though.
You
I don't
know,
know. I
there's a lot going on. I'm
in the
gonna allow
street.
people to make that mistake.
That's
Hey,
not a mistake.
I gotta agree with Tom. Pick the shit up.
Yeah.
You guys are
Because
not gonna
especially
like me because
on
I'm
the
all
white
about
surface,
letting him
it
poop where
really
he wants
stands
to.
out on the white surface. It's one thing because they poop they on the grass and sometimes people don't pick it up, but it's not as obvious there. On like a white snow and you see
You
the
guys are
poop.
like poop Nazis.
What? I mean, pick up your dog's poop.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a dog poop picker upper, but I also don't have a dog, so I guess
I'm
it doesn't really pertain to me.
We
But don't
had a
let me roll up
dog.
on you with your dog shitting in my yard, because then I'm gonna say something.
We when I was growing up, we had a dog, and when we take Ginger out on walks, if she shit, we always had a, believe it or not, this is when we still took the newspaper. My mom and dad would always make me take Ginger out on a walk with a newspaper bag, and if she took a shit, you put the newspaper bag like
Oh yeah.
over your hand.
Right.
It's like basically as a glove, and you
Yeah.
grab the
And then
shit
you
and then
roll it. Yeah.
inverse it.
Yeah, but it's outside. Anyway, but they do have a little dog poop baggie station by the pool in the neighborhood,
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So yeah, I didn't know. Just note to self, Craig, let's never move into a home that has sidewalk on our side of the street because no one, I'm not shoveling it, you're not shoveling it. So I don't know who's gonna shovel it. We're just gonna be the neighborhood
What's the
assholes.
cost for shoveling? Because here in my neighborhood on the Facebook, people were like saying, "What's the price?" And
I
some
don't know.
people
I
were
wish somebody would
charging
ask me.
$225 to shovel
Fuck
the
that.
driveway and the front walk.
I've got a guy because I'm gonna be in Dallas next week, and if it snows, I I don't know what all I can say, Desiree, but as far as you needing the driveway shoveled to where you can't slip, it was, you said between 40 and $60 per shovel.
And so how much time are you talking about? Like our house, we have a
I
three
don't
car garage,
know.
or yeah, so it's like a 3 car garage driveway
Yeah, they
and
didn't
like a
go into
little
details
walkway.
about the size of their driveway, but that's just a lot. I mean, the 40
I
bucks,
don't I
yeah.
don't pay it. Well, I pay my condo fees, but I don't pay a cent for it.
Especially if those motherfuckers have a snowblower.
Motherfuckers.
He,
Motherfuckers.
from my understanding, has a well, I may buy a snow plower in tandem, but from because this comes from one of my friends who's, are we off air or are we on air?
We're
We're
on air.
on
Go
it.
ahead.
No, we're still
This is
recording.
from one of my friends that has some connections who are not
Doesn't matter.
necessarily
One
the
of your friends.
most reliable, if that's the case. But he said $40 to $60 to snowplow our entire 3-car driveway and to hand shovel uh the probably 15 to 18 foot walkway from our driveway up to our front
Well,
porch.
how do they plow that? Because if they're gonna plow it, it's all the snow's gonna go up against the garage.
Well, there would have to be no cars parked in the driveway, and they're going to reverse plow. It means they're going to drag it out into the
Oh,
street, and then they're going to push it down the street.
oh, okay.
Hmm.
Sure. Well, $220 is too much. I'm not paying
I
that.
agree.
I'm walking on
But
the
I've
snow.
seen people paid that and people charged it. So
Well, that's too much. Um,
Well,
but
I mean, if you got 12 inches of snow, I don't know that those. I mean,
You guys
if you're shoveling 660 square feet, I mean, you take a 3-car driveway in Kansas, you got 36 feet by, uh, you know, 32 feet. What is that in square footage?
but there's no long in our neighborhood, there's no long
That's over
driveways.
1,000
Well, I
square
take that
feet,
back.
right?
There's some
I don't
pipe
know.
stems, but um
I'm gonna go out on a limb, and Tom, you might back me up on this. As far as tornadoes, I'm sure we're pussies, but you guys are kind of weak in the snow
yeah,
situation.
no, because it snows like one time a year. That's like a
Right?
lot.
I'm like listening to you guys and going, I would never pay for I can shovel it. I've been shoveling it for fucking 40 years.
I've never shoveled a single thing of snow.
Right.
Fuck
But I
that.
have never dodged a tornado. So this
This is
is,
from the guy that almost lost his hand shoveling his car
oh
out.
my God, look at
I've
it.
never
It's
had to shovel car.
brutal.
So let's talk about the chairs, Zeus. So this is
Oh, that
also
pisses me off
something I
so
didn't know.
much.
This is not, again, this is not something we experience in Kansas because this does not,
Whoa,
this does
what are
not.
the chairs?
I'm about to explain it to you. So there was a thing. Apparently, this exact thing originated in Chicago that you're talking about, Zeus. It is literally called dibs. Dibs.
Yeah,
If
dibs.
you are parked on the street, this is what it is. If you're parked on the street and you dig your car out, I don't know why everyone has to dig their car out. Just get a bigger car. Sure.
No, it's okay.
Bertha's
That's where you
Bertha's
have no
driving
idea
out.
what you're talking about.
Bertha's driving out. Bertha's not getting dug out. Anyway, so if you then are driving down the road and you see a dugout spot, apparently etiquette tells you don't park there. But I'm telling you, if I'm driving, I see
I'm
that
gonna
spot, I'm
fucking
swooping.
take it.
I'm getting in.
No.
So in
If
Chicago,
I did all the work to dig that spot out,
yeah, but you didn't.
then
You
that's
left.
mine when I get back.
No,
When you getting back in 3 weeks?
You're
Who
a
knows?
fucking
No,
nincompoop.
I'm coming back
Tom.
home from work the same day.
But who knows
No,
if it's
no.
no one, like I'm talking about like central business district. Like no one knows that
Okay,
you're coming
yeah,
back to that
you're
spot.
there.
Anyway, but
But if they're going
I-
to put a chair there, it's because they're coming back.
apparently, yeah, I know,
That's
but apparently
a
people
stupid save.
apparently
It's
in their
dumb,
neighborhoods,
dumb.
people park on the street in their neighborhoods. I don't know. I don't experience this. So, yeah, so this was a problem. I guess maybe an apartment complex this would happen here. You dig out your
More
car,
of an
you
urban
leave.
thing, yeah.
You come home and you're like, oh fuck, someone took my already dug out spot. So then you just park your ass in another spot. But in Chicago, this is such a big problem that they would start calling dibs on their spots and they would put
Yep.
things like coolers, chairs, couches, big ass signs, roadblock things like in the spot so then no one would park there. And again, I'm moving it. Sorry about your fucking cone. I'm gonna run that
but
over.
here's the thing.
But apparently that etiquette says you can't do that. Somebody called dibs on that spot.
But here's the thing.
Question,
I'm not worried about
question.
etiquette.
Real quick,
I'm
real
worried
quick.
about I moved your fucking chair. I parked in
quick.
your fucking spot. You're gonna take a BB gun and shoot up my windshield. It's not about etiquette for me. It's about
Real
not
quick,
getting my car damaged.
is this public parking or
I have a condo association, so
Apparently, it's like, in if you don't have a driveway or
no,
if there's a
that's-
small driveway.
It's not a
that's the question
reserved spot. Right.
No, it's on the street.
Right.
Not
But
so it is public parking.
Is it owned by a municipality or owned by the condo?
By
condo
the municipality.
association for me.
Right.
I
You
mean,
guys stepped on it. You guys stepped on each other.
well,
Zeus?
so for me, it's a condo association, and
Does your
again, my
condo
problem-
association own the road outside of it?
Well, no, I'm talking about in the parking lot. People are putting the fucking chairs up. It's like you fucking live here.
Don't you have assigned spots? Or no?
No. It's just visitors or
So you wouldn't
residents.
need the
Okay.
chair if you
See,
had an
my
assigned
mentality
spot.
on that is if you live there, you also had to dig your car out. So there should be a spot for you to park.
Can I
The
finish
problem
my?
is you have morons that park halfway in a parking spot because of the snow.
Yeah,
Like it
'cause-
just
yeah.
doesn't.
because they need more
Let
space to get out.
Let me
You know
finish
what?
where I was.
You know what? When it comes down to it all, these are all real first world problems. There are
Anyway,
people starving.
Craig, what were you saying about the dibs?
Okay, so Zeus, they make these things. You can buy them on the internet. They're not cheap, but they are parking control mechanisms. So if you
Are
own
you
a
talking about
parking spot,
firearms?
no.
Like
Listen
a
to
parking boot.
it. Not a parking boot, but it's basically like a roadblock essentially. It's a pop-up that you put in the middle of the parking spot, and if you're not parked there, it pops up, and they cannot drive a car into that parking spot.
So you know what, Craig? And here's where I have a problem with that. First of all, that is taking up way more of my time than I ever wanted to. I have a minor inconvenience. I get my hand cut because I go and park somewhere, blah, blah, blah. I'd rather do that than be this petty ass fucking putting a chair in my spot. And if you take my spot, I bash your windshield in with a hammer. I'd rather just I like to control as many of my problems
Maybe
as I can. But you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like
maybe in a
that's not a
parking lot
problem.
situation. In a parking lot situation, okay, fine. If somebody puts a chair there, calls dibs, whatever. They did that. If
It's
that
not that
shit's
I'm
on the
honoring it, it's that I just don't have the time or inclination to fucking deal with that
Okay,
nonsense.
but what I'm saying is if you try to put that same chair on the street because you have to park on the street, now you
That
think
is a
that that's your
problem.
shit. Now it's my shit, and I don't know what's gonna happen to that chair because you ain't gonna see it.
Yeah.
What
I
you
might have
talking
just
about a
gotten a new
chair?
chair.
What the fuck are you talking about a chair? I don't even see nothing there.
Desiree's
Zeus,
like, I just
Zeus,
got a new folding chair.
let me say this about that. I appreciate the fact that you're not petty because I'm petty and I've gotten to the point in my life where, I mean, Des can even
I'm petty, just
testify.
not with parking.
Oh, I'm petty. I mean, when it comes to anything, she's heard me screaming at people over a what $7 medical bill collection or some bullshit. So, uh, yeah, I
I get
really,
it.
I really give you kudos for not being petty
Well,
over
and
Yeah,
because
because
here's the
if I
thing.
was
Here's the
I'm
if
thing.
I
moving the
was in
chair.
let me finish real quick. If I was
Sure.
in your situation and I don't know if you have assigned parking or not, but or
No,
if
we
I
don't.
had like at my work we don't have assigned parking, but we have
Where you
um
park every day.
yes, people respect other people's parking spots.
Unspoken
So
parking
like
spot.
if
Yeah,
I
yeah.
pull in and I pull in before Pat and Pat has a very, very good parking spot, I'm not going to go take Pat's parking spot because I'm 2 minutes earlier than him.
And see, here's where
And
I am. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna take the parking spot that I can get. If I have to walk a little further, if I have to walk a little less, it doesn't fucking matter. I'm petty. These things bother me, but the real estate that they have on my life and my enjoyment of things that I'm doing, I just don't allow. You know what I mean? And so I do have these irritations, and I'm like fucking walking like, right up there, right up there. Yeah, you know, I'm like doing that, but but I settle
Oh
down.
no, I'm petty. If I pull up on somebody that parked fucked up, which I park fucked up too, but that's not what we're talking
Oh,
about.
no,
Oh,
that one
I'm
will
I get,
piss me
purposely
off.
opening my car door into your car very hard.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
yeah,
don't do that.
That one
Zeus,
pisses me off. People that
Oops.
feel like, and
And
I
that's
know
why I
it's
park in the middle of
stupid.
two
It's not
parking
like
spots and no one
real.
can do that to me.
It's not like owned real estate, like the parking spot. But like if I see somebody like fucking 6 inches past the line, I'm like, I want to fucking shoot your engine. Like I do have my petty moments and my reasonably angry moments, but I just, you guys have dealt with me. You've talked to me about my life. Des and I have talked on multiple things. I really don't let a lot of shit bother me that probably I should. Like, most definitely I should. Because at the end of the day, I'm the one that's got to live with me. And if I'm fucking dwelling
Yeah,
over that
and
shit,
I'm not dwelling. I'm not gonna dwell. I'm just gonna do the thing. Done.
yeah, but you're going the opposite direction of me. You're like you are the hammer to the windshield person, and I'm like the if I hammer their windshield, they might hammer my windshield.
Probably
So
not
I'll just
hammer 'em. I'm
walk
probably gonna
away.
sugar your gas tank though. But
Exactly. All right. Well, hey
and
guys, would I be going overboard if I said that we've been on for a while?
we have been on for a while.
We have been on for a while, and we have talked about Norway, or I'm
And
sorry,
narwhals.
Greenland. and we've talked about snow and narwhals.
And
A
narwhals.
bonus.
Bonus.
And you guys all got to meet Gus. He's a
Mhm.
sweet boy.
What else can maybe we'll
And
survive
I
this
ran.
weekend, Snowmageddon.
And here's the thing. I don't think that I think that we kind of took a lighter view on our show this week. This kind of like silly stuff about Greenland and snow. I have a feeling something's going to blow up in the next week, and we'll have plenty to talk about.
Yeah.
And as kind of a
Iran,
foreshadowing of the next
Iran,
episode,
Iran. Sorry.
if Craig, if you'd like to be on next week, I think it's pretty much predetermined that we are going to talk about the Pretty thing, and we'll probably tandem that into a little bit of the good. I still think it's very funny that those two words together are pretty good.
What is
Just
that
Pretty good.
again?
We're probably going to talk about
Alex
the
Pretty.
Pretty shooting. And it's funny because I have
And
a
that
friend
was
that
the
I
one
don't.
in
Minneapolis.
Minnesota.
Yeah,
They're all
yeah.
in Minnesota, which is weird. Isn't
Well,
that weird to you?
Is it? Is it?
No, it's kind of expected, with the
No, it's weird to
Um,
me that that's where the BLM shit was going down. That's where all these fucking shootings are happening. Like, how come nowhere else is having this issue?
because the government there just lets them back out of jail.
It's
They
Tim
know they
Walz. So you get
they can get
he's a
away with
fucking
it then.
asshat.
what it was was George Floyd,
I was just thinking that.
Minnesota?
Yeah, he was.
Was it?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
in
sure he
Minneapolis.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, like why does all this shit happen in Minneapolis? That's to me that's getting weird.
Let's fucking nuke Minneapolis. Just
Well, no, I
fucking
mean,
scorched earth.
I was told by um, can't I'm not going to say who, but
Okay.
We're about to stop recording. If you want to
I
stop
can't
recording.
say.
Okay, but what were you told?
I was told by someone that is very well informed, and if you know the people that I know some very well informed people. And his comment was, and this was probably about 10 years ago, is Minneapolis is the most corrupt state in the nation, and it will
Minnesota.
be the first to fall.
Have
I'm
they
sorry,
been to California?
Minnesota.
That's where all the luring centers are.
Well, there's no
They
weird
just never
No,
they never
there-
leer there, Tom. They never leer.
And
Never
the
leave.
reason I mentioned to this person that it's fucked up how fucked up California is, and that's when he said, "You don't understand how bad Minnesota is." And this was
I'm starting to
probably
understand.
over a decade ago, and my dumbass let it slip that it was a person in Congress that had said this to me.
Hmm.
Not
Was it
necessarily
Tim Walz?
not yeah, not necessarily a current member of Congress, and not necessarily a former member of Congress, but neither here nor there.
We didn't talk about the bananas and rice girl.
What's the bananas and rice
Oh my
girl?
God. Can
Did
we
you see
not?
this?
Because that's a whole nother hour.
Yeah, we
of
can
the
say
show.
it. What
You
is it?
gotta look it up. It's a meme
It was
now.
just this lady that kept referring to bananas and rice like it was this important thing.
The
And it
way
was like
she would talk, she talked like a white girl,
it
but
was
she's
so
Somali.
annoying.
So look it up.
Yeah,
Loki.
Des, just look up bananas and rice, and we can talk about it next week. It's a whole thing.
Somali woman who went viral after claiming her country is more than bananas and rice.
No,
I don't even know where Somali is.
No. You have to
On
see
the
the
west coast
video.
of Africa.
Yeah, you have to see the video. And we
yeah.
don't have time on this episode for you
All
to
right.
see the video. We got to save it for next week.
That's a cliffhanger.
One final question. Clip of the night. How much did the duct tape banana to the wall sell for? And what did the buyer do with it after he bought it?
No clue.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's like Andy Warhol or something.
Google duct tape banana to a wall or something like that.
some
Sounds
sort
like
of
an Andy
abstract
Warhol
art or something.
art exhibit. Yeah.
It was
Probably
something,
$1 million.
I think Sotheby's sold it for $6.8 million.
Oh yeah, that's totally sounds like an Andy Warhol thing.
Well, I
Anyway,
can
guys.
scotch tape
No,
other fruits to the
I'm in
wall.
front of the computer. Seriously, can someone Google it?
No, we will later, but we're trying to sign off. So
I know you're trying to sign off. That's what I'm saying. This is the last quick fucking sign off.
no one
Trivia.
cares about that.
It's a fucking teaser, Des. God damn. I'm trying to teach you
This
how
is
to
the beginning.
produce.
This is the intro to the next to this episode.
Tape.
All right, guys.
Hold on, I
We've been
gotta
on
Google a
quite
duct
a
tape
while.
banana.
I think it's time we wrap things up.
Hold on.